Hello, everybody. Just taking a little walk outside, try and get my steps in. I have a topic today that is not going to be something that I was planning to make or wanting to make. I had a goal this year to refrain from watching pornography and self-pleasing myself. I was going good. I was right at the 3-month mark. And I was doing some things that, looking back, weren't helping me achieve that goal. I was entertaining thoughts that were not beneficial to that journey. And I'm grateful that I got to learn those lessons because they were needed. I'm going to butcher this quote, but I'll just kind of give you the idea of it. But it's talking about when you fail. Losers are the ones that continue to make the same mistakes. But champions are the ones that learn from the mistakes. And I think I will learn from these mistakes. It's very difficult for me to see a way through this. I feel like I was trying to white knuckle it or kind of have all of the control in that situation of trying to do it on my own strength. When it's really the Holy Spirit working through me. I'm not going to say I wasn't aware of it, but I wasn't recognizing it in the way that I think I should have. Sorry, I had to put some gloves on. It is chilly out. I think it's in the 20s. But some sunshine, get that vitamin D, get some steps in, trying to make more videos. I want to think of videos more in advance instead of just today. I mean, today I thought about it maybe an hour or two in advance, but I knew I wanted to make this video, but I don't always prepare for what I'm going to say. I like to work on kind of my impromptu talking. I want to master the on-the-fly thinking and speaking because it's something that doesn't come naturally to me. I either think too fast and I can't communicate what I'm trying to say, or I speak too fast and I'm not thinking. So I'm trying to blanking on the exact word I was trying to say, but trying to calibrate those together. But yeah, so some of the things I learned from making it only a quarter of the way through my goal. Specifically for my goal, I got trapped too much into scrolling. I haven't been on dating apps in I want to say close to a year. I don't know if maybe there was a time where I got on them just for a little bit, but I got Facebook back recently, and there's this weird thing I do where I try to put myself in a tempting situation to see, will I cave? And I think that I try to think that it's making me stronger, that I can combat it on my own. And a lot of the times I'm going strong for a few weeks of something. In this instance, I was looking on Facebook dating, and I was trying to have my will be done instead of God's. I was trying to do it in my own strength. And looking back, I knew in those moments that it wasn't just going to be me by chance finding someone who meets all my requirements. And I really knew in all those moments that God was protecting me. He was protecting me from my flaw of falling in to the idea of love with someone. I've always wanted that romantic relationship where someone is putting an effort to grow the relationship. And I haven't had that thus far. I haven't had that in the ways that I need it yet. I've definitely learned a lot from the relationships that I've been in, what I want and don't want. But really this last year I learned a lot about how much farther I need to be in my walk to actually be competent enough to lead somebody. And that is scary at times, and something that I'm working on in different aspects of my life, whether that's just trying to be able to talk to more people, fellowship at church, my spiritual disciplines, a bunch of things. But I know that I'm not ready, and I come to terms with that. But other times I get that selfish nature back, where I'm like, okay, I've waited long enough, God, I'm ready for it now. And God knows I'm not ready, and that's why He's making me wait. And it's very humbling to repeatedly surrender your life to Him, and knowing that eventually you will take it back into your own hands, or you will try. And how He continues to love us through that and give us what we need, is I'm just in awe of it. It's hard for me to grasp that perfect of a love. I think I'm kind of all over this place on this topic, but so I was looking at potentials for dating, and that was a big idea to entertain. And being a man, the lust starts with our eyes. Even if you try to have a pure intention, looking at a bunch of women repeatedly in an unnatural rate, it's not a coincidence that is a portal for lust and for demons to entrap you in that sort of thinking. It's a lie. It's something that I try really hard not to believe, and then after a certain time, those thoughts keep coming back in, and I start to doubt myself. And one of Satan's biggest weapons is for us to be offended. Think about when someone you love and someone that cares for you tells you something that you need to be doing. Most of the time, we're instantly offended. A couple things for me. If I'm really trying to work on doing my dishes, because we know that's something that I am not good at, something that I have to put effort towards. If someone calls me out about not doing my dishes, instantly I'm offended in my soul. But why am I offended at that? It could just go over my head and I could be like, yeah, cool, I didn't do them. But in my heart, I know that I need to be doing that. And that's why I'm offended. And there's a bunch of other examples of this. But you will be offended. It's not a question of if you'll be offended, but when. And I think that's one of the biggest tactics of the devil, as I've been reading this book called The Bait of Satan. It's so easy to be offended. And that's why you see that around society. If you just say something wrong to somebody, they can be offended. If you have the wrong political view, they'll be offended. If you talk about your religion and your belief and it's different than theirs, they can be offended. If you think you're doing everything right in your life and he hasn't given you what you think you deserve, you can be offended. There's definitely been times where I've had covetousness in my heart, where I wanted the relationship that other people have. I want that for myself. And I've been offended. Why haven't I got this relationship when it's what I desire? Why hasn't that person come into my life to where I can express the love that's in my heart? So the next time you feel that betrayal feeling of you're a hypocrite and you're calling me out for things when you're also not doing things right, just ask yourself, why am I offended? It's a big thing. And there was another point I was going to make on that. This is also kind of therapeutic for me, just trying to let my thoughts roll out. Also being in nature, getting some sunshine, walking, getting my steps in. This is why I'm doing this, to try and expand my on-the-fly thinking. I know it can come off awkward or not as exciting, but this is really beneficial for me. Satan does not make you hate God to sin. He makes you forget about your relationship with him. And this is really hard to say, but in the times leading up to when I failed recently, I was trying to seek God. I was trying to express myself to him that I did not want to do this. I was trying to say out loud, "Help me, Lord. Help me. Take these desires from me." And then I just forgot of all of the things he's taught me, all of the reasons why I didn't want to do this anymore. I forgot about his hate for these sins. I forgot his love for me. And in that moment, I just let go of what I thought was right. And I fell into the trap of pleasure. And I didn't care that I was ruining the goal until immediately after. As it's fairly common with men, like after that release, you get this sort of clarity that wasn't worth letting the desire win. And I failed a few more times after that because I gave in to the lie of, well, I already failed on this goal, so I might as well enjoy it. And I love all the people that I get to talk about this with in person. I love you guys. You do not have this problem as I'm talking to you about it. We all have different journeys, and I really do love the input that you guys give me. But regardless of your opinion on this goal of mine, it's what I need to do for my spirit to break through to something that is challenging for me, to honor God and to put Him first. In my life, this is what I need to do. For me, it is normal to do these things, but we live in a society where it's normal to reject God. It's normal to say you're of a certain religion, to say that you practice these things, but then you don't act them out in life. You don't practice the things that you preach, and it's easy to be sucked into worldly pleasures, worldly activities, and I don't want to be that. When you are born again in spirit, you are set apart from the world. And as I've been hearing in these motivational videos that I've been listening to, like at the gym or when I'm feeling somewhat down or unmotivated, I really want to memorize quotes better. The path of an exceptional person is one of an exception, meaning you aren't doing what others are doing. You're set apart. You're the exception to the norm. And I feel called towards that path. I feel like I've been on that path my whole life. I just wasn't awakened to the things that my soul was craving. And what a beautiful life this is. Well, I hope that wasn't too sporadic or jumbled up. I had to miss a few of my runs this week. It snowed on Wednesday, and I was supposed to do a track workout, and then I missed my long run. Sidewalks look clear enough for me to run tomorrow morning, and I think it's going to snow Tuesday, so I might, we'll see what I do the rest of this week, but really trying to adapt and work on my flexibility when my routine or the things I've planned fall through or don't work out the way that I wanted them to continue doing them. It's something that I really want to work on. Been trying to do cold showers a few times a week. Cold tub is not on my top priority, which is, it's just interesting how, for me, certain things become somewhat obsessive, somewhat extremist. And then they just kind of go away, and I keep the lessons from them, and every once in a while I will continue back or circle back to those to strengthen me again. And I think instead of trying to keep all of these things going at once, like trying to add something hard, that gave myself a break. I think cycling through certain activities, nose is literally dripping. Cycling through them in different seasons. Like, I know I can't do cold plunge in the summer. Those kinds of things. Wasn't really. I thought I was going to be able to run more on the treadmill. For the workouts that I'm being programmed for my Garmin watch, like the speed workouts and like the different what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like the different back and forth paces. It's not as desirable, because moving up and down speeds while running and my watch and the treadmill don't sync up as good as I would like. I'll probably just skip my runs whenever the conditions aren't able to be outside. If it's raining, I will do those. If it's cold, I will do those. If it's snowy and icy, probably not going to do those. Workouts in the gym have been good. I'm really excited for the next arm wrestling tournament. Our practices are back to Sundays, and I think that's working out good for my schedule. Really happy with where I am in life right now, and happy for the lessons that I'm learning. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Spread peace, love, and positivity.